Getting nerds, we are playing Victoria 3. I think it's time to start making electric railways happen. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got the electric trains tech available. These are not productive, but I think the extra infrastructure is going to be of critical importance to us overall. And I think that'll finally mean a reduction in the overall amount of expanding the infrastructure that we need to do. So I think this is worth it. Good. And after this, we'll do another check on our Metropolitan Railway. I'm going to go ahead and grab that event in a second. After this, we'll do another double check on our... actually, going to do this through the development tab. On our electricity prices. Perfect. There's our conquest completed. Wales. Good. Yorkshire. Very good. Highlands. Very good. Midlands. I know I keep saying very good, even though the productivity and the amount of subsidization is getting worse, but I feel confident. Lowlands. Ulster. Munster. Leinster. And Connaught. And then I think we're going to do the same for Friesland, Gelre, and Holland. Alright, the Metropolitan Railway. The grand opening of the London Metropolitan Railway was received with much celebration. In a speech, the King congratulated the engineers who made this possible. It is not only that the railway that is electrified, but the whole city of London. The streets are abuzz with citizens marveling at the wonders of technology, speculating about what new innovation will come to transform our lives for the better. The engineers deserve a reward. Engineer pops in the home counties become more loyal and 100% extra railway throughput, or our railway will be the envy of the world. 25 prestige for 9 years. I think we're doing fine for prestige. So let's get some loyalist engineers. So, let's take a look now at local electricity prices and see if we need to build up power. Hello? At local electricity prices. Alright, it's rough in Wales, it's rough in the Lowlands, it's rough in the Highlands, and it's rough in Friesland. So let's take a look at those zones. And we'll see what we've got. These ones just need to employ the capacity that they have. But maybe it'll make sense to increase them. Lowlands, Highlands, and Wales, of course, feels as though it's always having a power problem. Alright, so maybe we'll throw one of each of these at the top of the queue just to get them knocked out. Then we'll get the rest of these railways built. How are things going in Nicaragua? Standard of living is much better. Turmoil is a lot lower. Alright, perfect. And there's colonial affairs de-invested. So, once these railways get finished out, Nicaragua will have full access to our market, and that will make things just fine. Ports are modern. Alright, perfect. So, moving right along here, let's go ahead and get British Wadai running up-to-date production methods. Did it say what we changed? I don't think so. That's cool. Right, and then... That's not really changing anything over there. Yeah, I guess British Wadai has very low population, so... Alright, so if we get a hold of the rest of Wadai, which we'll be able to do as soon as this war sorts itself out, I think I'm actually inclined to do that. So what's it going to cost us in terms of... .8 infantry to grab the rest of Wadai. We can take that. We can afford that. Borneo's got 3 states in it. Gobier's only got 1. If I took over Gobier, that would be 9.1, which would be significantly more. No, that would put me over the over my proverbial limit, and I don't wish to be over my limit. So we'll just do Wadai, and we'll get that knocked out. Perfect. And Wadai, give me, they might accept. 6% chance. Let's see if it happens. No dice. That's okay, though. Oh, those are one front. I didn't need to do 2 armies there. Oh well. So I think at this point, I need to increase the size of my fleets. Because France was deploying a massive fleet a while ago, and that didn't make me happy. So, we still have ironclads, and we can't increase our... Okay, we've got a bunch of... There's a little bit of a situation going on with this where we can't actually increase the... make the ironclads into dreadnoughts. So I'm going to go ahead and build... That's a song. I'm going to go ahead and build 38 scout cruisers. we'll throw them in this fleet. Oh my gosh, we've got actually labor available. Wonderful. Brilliant. So that'll get us a bunch of scout cruisers, and that'll make things better there. And then after that, we'll build up some dreadnoughts. Yes, this is good. This is what we want. Okay, only the Midlands we've got unemployment in terms of Britain. But in Ireland we got plenty available, and Low Countries not so much. We won't build up as many capital ships as we do light ships, just on account of I don't want to run myself out of what I need. And then we'll do a similar... Oh my goodness, we've still got frigates in the Plymouth Station fleet? That's unacceptable. Let's get your... Oh, you're wounded. That's not great. You're a communist, sort of with the intelligentsia, but that's... We can do better. Okay, you're a pious, you're a diplomat, you're an ethno-nationalist. that's okay. We can live with that. Alright, frigates can't be upgraded. This is not... That's not an acceptable situation. So we're going to build just a bunch of scout cruisers here. So I think we're going to want 35 scout cruisers. Not frigates, scout cruisers. Let's build up some of these in the highlands and the lowlands, even so. Maybe a few in the west country, in the home counties, and then that's 20, and then nice, even 40. And then we'll get rid of all those frigates and build up some dreadnoughts. So, another rebellion in Baroda. I think the Army of Australia can deal with that. So we'll put them in place over there. And the Army of Canada is just getting into position here, and that makes them good to go. So they're technically on this whole front, so that should be just fine. Okay. And then maybe we'll put some submarines in this fleet. I'm not sure about that, though. We'll see. They are better than torpedo boats, but getting fleets modernized is difficult. Oh my goodness. Shooting station fleet's still running a bunch of frigates. That doesn't make sense. Do I have labor available in any of the territories over here? I don't. Alright, so just build a few in these zones, and then we'll go to Africa for the rest. That's 20. Finally ran Niger Delta out of labor, which is impressive. I really didn't think I had it in me, but you know, we pulled it together with British ingenuity. All right, so increase the game speed here. I think that's enough in terms of naval stuff for now. NCO training is almost good to go, and that's going to allow us to upgrade our infantry, and that'll keep us ahead of the curve. Oil in Texas, oh yeah. If only I could build oil in Texas, but no. Or build oil wells in Texas, but that's okay. Plenty of places to build oil wells. Important to stay hydrated. Ooh, the wells are wild. There's the war with Wadai. Blowouts, oil fires, and other lethal accidents are becoming more common as the hunt for oil in western New Guinea grows more ruthless. You think you've seen fire, but you've never seen fire like this, he said, giving the young man a stern look. And you better pray you don't, because if you haven't been out on the oil fields, the only place you'd ever see it is hell itself. Where there is oil, there will be blood, big mortality. Industrialists happy, trade unions mad, or pressure the owners to make take a more careful approach. Western New Guinea reduced throughput. I think where there's oil, there will be blood. I don't love doing that, but I don't want to trade too heavily on my the goodwill of my industrialists right now. I'd love to take over Tidor, but it is what it is. There's definitely some industrial buildups we could do in this overall area. Ooh, there's actually a lot of unemployment here in eastern New Guinea. well, we'll see. I think that we have a production method we can switch to for our explosives factories that we basically haven't. And I think this will be a lot more productive. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we can only do this in places where we've got electricity available. But it is better overall. We're going to produce a lot more explosives. We'll do this all over Britain. Alright. We'll do it in Holland as well. And then I think at this point we should have plenty of explosives available that we can sell on the open market, because everyone wants explosives. Spain, Germany, China, Bolivia. Everyone likes our explosives. I'm on free trade, aren't I? Yes, I am. Perfect. War in Wadai is going just fine. And we've got a couple more techs in the queue. So that should be good to go. 2 hours. Burden Military Revolt actually has a significant presence on that front, but that should be fine. Overall, standard of living is continuing to go up. So I'm feeling pretty pleased with that overall. How urbanized are we? It's actually not as urbanized as I thought we were going to be. I feel like overall, by the end of the game, Britain is often just like wall-to-wall, floor-to-ceiling cities. And I feel like that's not necessarily the case. I don't know if that's that's because I haven't managed things right. They want more construction. There's NCO training. Perfect. So, let's go ahead and get our main armies upgraded. So, this should be a really significant overall increase in our ability to function militarily. Assuming these upgrades happen, which I hope they will. Can't believe I actually had skirmish infantry in my conscripts. That was really dumb. I should have been more careful with that. I'm not going to do the Army of Canada right now while they're in the midst of fighting a war. But as soon as this is done, which it now is, let's go ahead and get those upgrades going. Army of Australia. We probably shouldn't have done that. That's okay. We've still got force parity here. A very solid overall comparison. So I got to keep an eye on that and make sure that those upgrades actually get done. Because I don't want to put myself in a situation where I've got unupgraded units. Yeah, here we go. So what does that do to our market? That's going to make our radios significantly more expensive. That's not shocking, but it is what it is. We've got plenty of electrics industries producing the radios that we need in order to function. Where are telephones? Here. Telephones are doing just fine, actually. We only have a very small number of government admins using them in our customs union. We could definitely use more ourselves, because we've got plenty of bureaucratic capacity to spare with that. War against Wadai is going to be good to go. We're not going to take all of Wadai, but we're going to take most of Wadai. We're going to take Wadai from Wadai. And that's going to leave Wadai only holding parts of Wadai that are not in Wadai. Everyone understand? Geography is cool and easy. Um, and Baroda is occupied. Continent of Opportunity. Okay, so this is weird. So normally, when we have this, we have a choice to spend a pile of cash, and that's a huge pile of cash, or to lose colony growth speed, or to spend some infrastructure, some bureaucracy on it. This time we don't. So I'm going to lose colony growth speed. I think we're not growing there, so it should be fine. Weapons of war. An article has been published by the British Chronicle about some of the weapons which our country uses in the ongoing Barodan military revolt versus Great British War. The article focuses on the machine gun, a terrifying weapon which tears through flesh and bone at an almost inhuman rate. Members of the public are calling for the use of such weapons to be restricted. Such foul instruments of pain and torment have no place on Earth. Don't restrict them. Intelligentsia gets upset, and British war support goes down. I'm fine with that. Recover their usage, reduced authority for 5 years. I'm going to go with the first one. That should be fine. I don't need a lot of war support here. We've got our enemies fully occupied, so that shouldn't be a big deal. I want to take a look at grabbing Basra, because Basra is going to have a lot of oil available. I think quite a few of these states have got discoverable oil in them. So I think that might be... I think conquests in those areas might be worthwhile as soon as this war is finished. So I'm going to take a look at what kind of infamy it's going to be to do that. Neither Persia nor the Ottoman Empire are recognized, and they're both only regional powers, so that means even lower infamy. So we'll see how things go. What kind of an army is the Ottoman Empire? Got 106 battalions. Persia has 77. We should have plenty of capabilities there. On the other hand, we can go after Venezuela. Venezuela actually is recognized, though, so that's a risk if we do that. Cool. So... 12.4 infamy to grab Basra. What if we grab Arabistan? 16 infamy. Alright, so it's going to be some time before we can actually safely do that. Fars 19.7. Kerman 14.3. Baghdad 15.3. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, because I don't want to put too much of a hold on my conquests right now. Because I don't want to get caught up in a series of rebellions. Because I feel like series of rebellions are what prevent me from actually going where I want to go. Portugal wants... Portugal will trade South Angola for Mozambique. Oh, thank you. Counter argument. Hold up. You're a protector of Austria-Hungary. It's wild. How much infamy would it be? 49.7, okay. Austria-Hungary must... No. That must have been done way back earlier on in the game, and I didn't even notice. It's only 1.6 if I conquered this chunk of the Ottoman Empire, but at the same time, that chunk of the Ottoman Empire is not all that much use to me. 5% chance they'll accept if I annex. No, I need to engage in self-restraint here. Mexico, are you sure you wouldn't like to be a protectorate? USA seems to be really grabbing and ripping off chunks of you at an alarming rate, and I don't really enjoy seeing that happen. Oh, what if I grabbed this 5.7? They won't accept, and I think the reason they won't accept is because that's the last of Denmark, but because they're in a capitalist revolt. It's taking its sweet time to end. I have so much expansion I want to do, but I can't just go absolute goblin mode about it because I want to... Still got a lot of building up to do. Once I get these naval expansions sorted out, I'm going to be in a much better position. My armies are already predominantly... I'm going to subtract these. I think these are some glitchy boys. We're going to get some squad infantry built up here. I think this is some kind of situation that has transpired. I don't want to just say it's a glitch, because that seems reductive, but I think it's something glitch-esque. Cool. You're going to get one more battalion of squad infantry. And once again, we're going to reduce these trench infantry units. And these shrapnel artillery units as well. I'm trying to get up to 20 here, so let's do another 9 levels. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how all that goes. Do you have any leftover earlier production method units? The home army? No. West Indies? No. Not anymore. Army of the Mediterranean, we're good to go. Army of Canada. Good to go. Army of Australia, good to go. Oh, Army of Australia needs a general. What you? You know about forests. That's a good set of skills to have. Well, things are pretty peaceful here in Great Britain now, I have to say. So, again, what's our target for infamy? 12.3, so we need to be at 12.2 in order to not have a problem over there. And that should give us plenty of leeway to develop oil resources wherever we wish. I think my plan is to turn Harar into a protectorate when the time comes. And we are now at last building up our navies. So once these get finished, I'm going to do a decrease. Ooh, South Indian people coming to Connaught. Wonderful. That's very nice. I might have had a little bit of a slip here in standard of living. That's interesting. Most ideologies prefer presidential to parliamentary republic. So that's curious. Oh, I meant to look at this. What does mass conscription do? So professional army, 100 barracks max level, 25% stronger political strength of the armed forces, 50 maximum conscription, 1% conscription rate, reduced morale loss, weekly experience gain plus 25%. Mass conscription, 3% conscription rate, 100 maximum conscription limit. Professional army is minus 10% morale loss, mass conscription is plus 5% morale loss. And then plus 100% training rate. But the army will attract fewer servicemen. The army will attract more non-servicemen or officer pops. So, what does this do? Other than increasing our conscription limit and costing us morale. See, mass conscription used to have, in the old build of the game, a big penalty in the form of you couldn't use certain production methods. Is Irania communist? They are. You couldn't use certain production methods, but I don't know that we've got that situation going on right now. So, I think that just means it's fine. Unless it's hidden in the mobilization options somewhere. Speaking of which, let's take a look at those and make sure that we don't have... Oh! I should start... activating some of these mobilization options. Because I can definitely afford to have... Oop. Household division needs a new leader. Let me see, what about you? You're a positivist. That's very good. Maximum promotions for this man. Alright. What was I looking at? Do we have any other armies that need... No, we're good to go. Market access is still low in Nicaragua, but could be better. Could definitely activate extra supplies. I feel like that... Oh boy, that does increase a bunch of inputs, but I think it'll be fine. Reduced offense and defense is really strong. And there's political agitation. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this for all of my armies. There's also a third extra supplies option. It's an additional 10% offense and defense loss and reduced morale loss. This adds meat and wine inputs. But it's another 25% more for all of our regular... I really should have paid attention to the difference in cost, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's about 4K. I think we can afford this for our entire army. Because 10% offense and 10% defense is really quite solid overall. Let's go ahead and activate our inputs. I guess some of these I never did make sure we're fully up to date. Okay, we're using those now. Don't want forced march activated. Truck transport, well, let me see. Cars are still really, really expensive in our market. I wish this mouse over would give you a sense of how much it would cost. I guess it's 0.5 per battalion. 0.5 automobiles per battalion. Household division is 54, so that's 27 automobiles. So that's 27 times 145. Gencat math hour. There's gotta be... Okay. Let's stop faffing about here. 27 times 145 is about 30 times 150. It's a little bit less than that, but that's okay. Which is... 3 times 150 is 450. It's about 4.5k. So if I do this for all my armies, that's going to be 144 times half of, that's 70 times 500, which is, it's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be 35k, I think. So I'm disinclined. I'm disinclined to do that. Again, lots of worrying to be done about military affairs because we're continuing to, excellent. We're continuing to increase the overall size of our military. And I'm hoping that will allow us to have a lot more leeway in terms of what we get up to abroad. We're almost there in terms of going after Basra, but on the other hand, if I reduce the autonomy of Belgium, that would be very useful to me. Let's go ahead and do that. That is going to give me 6 infantry, so that's going to put the conquest of Basra further down the line than is ideal, but that's really okay. Are they red yet? Not quite yet. In any case, that's going to be all we've got to do this episode. We've done a big military expansion. We've grabbed some additional territory in Africa, and we've cleaned up the some issues in Nicaragua, so I'm feeling pretty confident. For now, though, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.